Hi there, my name's Alvi. I am a psychic, intuitive reader, healer, coach and mentor for all things spiritual, especially twin flame connections and deep soul connections. I'm about to do a reading right now, which is just kind of tapping into the energy that we're going through at the moment. So this is for people who are more on the spiritual path, experiencing ascension or doing all the self-work, self-love, and all of those kinds of things that we do when we decide that we want to create a deeper connection to ourselves and source, or just to ourselves. So I have some cards here which I've already shuffled. I got interrupted, so I had to start again. The first card that I have is trust your path. Okay, so if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I feel like this card is pointing towards a decision that you might need to make in regards to something that's going on in your life situation. Like I said, this is a general reading, so you'll know what that is, because it will be something that's been a repetitive thought, something that keeps coming up for you, or your soul whispering to you, go on, do this, go on, do this. You will know what this is all about. It's saying there's something that you want to do, but you're too afraid to do it because you don't know if you'll be supported or not. This card's kind of saying to you, just do it because you are supported, and the fact that you do it will show you the support that you need. You'll find the support in taking the leap, in being brave, in taking the steps to do whatever it is that you need to do or want to do, or that your soul is urging you to do. Next card we have is Mintakin. Now, Mintakin is a planet, or was a planet, in the Orion system, and it's where the original Lightworkers came from. So there's a lot of people who are Lightworkers who probably are feeling this in the energy right now, this kind of longing for home, because Mintakin, the planet, doesn't actually exist anymore. So a lot of you will have this kind of longing for home, looking for home and belonging in different situations. You might feel like you can never settle down. You might feel like at the moment there's a move that you need to make geographically, or there's a situation, a family, a bunch of friends, a relationship, that you're looking for that belonging in. And I feel like there's like a leap of faith that needs to be made for you to be able to find this feeling within yourself, because really it needs to come from you. It doesn't need to come from anybody else. They are just reflections of what's within you. So if you can work on that, you'll probably find that things align much better. And this is what this Trust Your Path card is also sort of saying to me, is like finding that sense of belonging within yourself is much more important than finding it in someone else. Unless, you can find it in somebody else and that can support your journey finding it within yourself. But mainly it's about this feeling that we have in the energy right now. Like there's lots of separation, lots of grief, lots of releasing, lots of emotional feelings, just feeling really heavy. At the moment, you can probably see my eyes look really puffy. I've had so many tears recently, not necessarily for anything bad, but just, releasing emotions. Like I'm big on releasing emotions. I don't hold my tears in. I feel like if I need to cry, then there's a reason I need to cry. Plus I'm a pretty sensitive empath. I'm also an empowered empath, but if I'm picking up on energy from the collective, then I will release it and transmute it the way that I feel I need to do, so that it can clear for the collective, not just for me. So Anna, grandmother of Jesus. All right. Now this one says seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So whatever's going on for you right now, whatever you're umming and ahhing about, it's time to trust your path, because it's part of your divine plan to go down this path. And to do that, and to take that leap of faith, and to trust that you will be supported, rather than ask, will I be supported before I do it, is part of bringing you back to yourself, because then you know that your divine your guidance is, your guidance and your intuition are on point, right? It backs you up. And the more that you do these kind of things, the more confidence you get in yourself, and that's how you start to cultivate this feeling of belonging, or be able to deal with that feeling of belonging and not feel like you need to be running or trying to find something or someone to feel that emptiness that you might be feeling right now. I'm going to pull some cards just to clarify, I think, a little bit more about what's going on. I'll have a little look here. So, let's have a look. What's this all about? What path are we needing to trust? Which kind of leap of faith? Where are we going with this leap of faith? What is this all about? And how can we find that sense of belonging within ourselves? Cards, cards, cards. Oh, here we go. All right, making purposeful action. This is an earthy kind of feeling. This is an energy of knowing that you are supported by the universe, whether it be financially or just in abundance in general. As you can see, she's like roller skating on her money. This is an earth card, so it's all about like foundations and building new things and being able to tap into the abundance of the earth. I feel like at the moment there's lots of people that might need to do some work with their root chakra or grounding. A lot of the energy, while it's very heavy, is also very confused, and it's sort of people running around not really knowing what they want to do. This is talking about taking purposeful action towards the thing that you know you want to do, but you're kind of like blocking yourself from doing it because, what if? That's the feeling I get. It's like, what if this doesn't work? But what if that doesn't work? I think by making purposeful action, even if you just sit down and write a journal and write what's worrying you and then go through it step by step and find out, or look at it objectively so that you can kind of talk yourself out of some of the things that might be stopping you because they're just really stories, they're not actual things that might happen. So yeah, just taking a purposeful action, whatever that action looks like for you. Let's have a look, just a few more. Can we get a little bit more on purposeful action, please? A little bit more on purposeful action. Some cards. Alright, there's one jumping. Okay. I feel this is from something that happened. This is sort of like saying this is the basis of this. This is what caused this. This doubt, maybe. This is what's kind of coming up that way. Swords, the swords cards are often about not just emotion, but your mental state, right? And sometimes it can mean that your heart is broken. Sometimes it can mean that you just found yourself in a situation that wasn't good, but it might have been better if your thoughts were better. So I feel like this card coming up right now is kind of saying to us, a lot of this stuff is in your head. A lot of it's in your head. Even if there's been past instances where things haven't worked out, you need to find a way to trust that path again, because it's your divine plan. It's part of your divine plan. And sometimes things need to fall apart before they can come back together, because that's the only way that it can come back together in a clean, unhindered way, if that makes any sense. So we've got 2 3s here, so I don't know why, but I just kind of noticed that 33. I'm not really yeah, I'll think about that. I'll see what they say. I'm not picking up on anything right now. Okay. Yeah, alright. So this card's kind of confirming what I'm saying. It's like, put your burden down. Whatever this was that happened in the past, whatever these things are or were, or whatever situation it was that put these things in your mind that now you feel like you can't trust, You can't trust the universe to have your back, or you can't trust life to have your back. It's time to start learning how to put those burdens down. Like, look at her. She's just like, I give no fucks. I'm throwing that out. Just like, pfft, I'm getting rid of all of my stuff. It's the end of this cycle of having burdens. It's the end of the cycle. Or you can end this cycle. That's what they're saying to me. It's not the end of the cycle, but it's your choice. If you want to end the cycle of having these burdens, of carrying this around with you, of feeling brokenhearted, of feeling like you're kind of grief-stricken and missing out, or like I said with the energies at the moment, you can see this little heart split in two, buying into separation, whether that be in a relationship or just in general. You can put those burdens down now, because, or you can choose to put those burdens down and make purposeful action towards coming back to unity or oneness within yourself. Let's have a little bit more. Just want a few more cards on this. So that sense of longing for home, what's that all about? What are we dealing with here? What are we healing with here? What is that sense of longing for home? Okay. All right. So this is your own power that's come up for my question about the longing for home. I feel like this is, about you finding your own power again. It's about you trusting in your own power again, instead of asking other people to support you or validate you or whatever. You just have to get, or not have to, but you can choose to get into this energy of just knowing rather than questioning everything. Sometimes it's good to question everything, but when you are trying to walk your divine path, sometimes you need to just trust in your own power rather than trying to find validation or reasons or anything from other people. Really, it's all within you, and this is about trusting your own power to find that sense of belonging that you're looking for. And also popped up steady progress. Okay, so I feel like this is, again, it's a slow moving energy. It's also an earthy energy. It's got to do with finances, abundance, business, career, family, things like that, you know, earthy things, earthly things, 3D things. So use your own power and understand that you need to acknowledge sometimes that you are seeing, you know, you're making progress. Even if they're tiny little steps, you're still making progress. Even if you, like, if you're aware that you're on this path, that you're walking this spiritual path, if you're feeling the energies and stuff, even that is a bit of progress. And I also just got the message there that things that you are doing will suddenly give you a bit of a, it's not like the end of the cycle. It's not time to stop trying to work towards whatever it is that you're working towards, but you will see, you know, like the budding fruits of your labor, not the whole fruits of your labor, if that makes sense. A little bit, you know, enough to encourage you, enough to entice you, or I can't think of the right word. You know what I mean. Sometimes that happens. Right, one more card about this sense of belonging that we are looking for, or not feeling right now but want to. Oh, here goes one. What they're saying to me about this one is, by acknowledging your steady progress, you're slowly filling up your cups to put yourself in this position where you have 10 cups. You're finishing that end, okay? So if you're seeing, you know, little signs, if you're making those little progress steps, if you're acknowledging those little progress steps, every little bit of good energy that you put towards them, every little bit of gratitude, every little bit of, whoo, I made it, look what I did kind of thing, is helping to fill your cups up, so eventually you get to that point where you are, you know, living a blessed life and you love life. All right, let's have a look. Just one more card, I think, for this lot. what's happening here? I also feel like the 10 is, the 10 of Cups, which we have here, is kind of saying this is about making that leap as well. Like, in the past you've been making like steady little baby step progresses, taking that leap of faith, dropping that burden, stop holding on to your burden, letting go of whatever it was that was past that's caused you to kind of stop believing in yourself. Making that leap of faith and trusting that you're already supported instead of asking for support. Or not support, that's not the right word, because it's good to ask for support, but asking, you know, will I have enough? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? Instead of asking that, just freaking demand it. And sorry, that was a channel message and it was going to be a fucking and I had to stop. It was going to be an F word and I had to stop. Just freaking demand it, alright? You don't need to beg for your birthright. And your birthright is this divine plan, this whatever it is that you are being asked to do. I feel like we are all being asked to put our fears and doubts aside and take some steps towards the things that we know we should be doing, but we just haven't done them yet for whatever reason. We've got 2 10s as well as 2 3s. This is very interesting. We've got some very good mirroring kind of energies here. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. 10 10. It's just kind of alignment. It's like alignment to me when I see the 2 numbers together. Alignment. That's all I'm getting. So we had 2 3s and 2 10s. We can look up the angel numbers later. Alright, so what is this about the divine plan? I want to just get a little bit more on the divine plan, the laying of foundations. I feel like actually what they're saying here with these cards is previous to this, we've been laying foundations. I think sometimes things come up that kind of shock you, that kind of scare you, or you might have found something out that you didn't really want to find out, or you got triggered or whatever. And that's kind of part of laying down the divine, laying the foundations. It's part of the divine plan, even though you don't want it to be part of the divine plan. Because like I said, sometimes things have to break apart before they can come together. So what is this about? Alright, I'm dropping cards everywhere here. The sun. Okay, so it's like bringing the light to what was dark. It's like bringing the light to the foundations that we've built already. Even if that is the clearing that you're currently doing, the light will come and that will grow things. Now, hang on, I had 2 more cards come up, but they were reversed. So, talents and skills. I feel like this is a bit of juggling. It's time to stop trying to juggle like 2 different things and just choose to live in the light. Because if you stay trying to juggle things, the Hanged Man, it's reversed here. So this is like saying, stop trying to juggle everything and just live in the light. Just choose the path, trust yourself, and choose it today, and that will stop this. Because I feel like a lot of you are blocked, and that's why we've got this card coming up here. This is blocked, and it will become unblocked if you choose to walk in the light and follow your divine plan. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's it for the messages. I feel like that's kind of, you know, hopefully that's helped you and given you some idea about what we might deal with in the next few days or weeks or whenever you see this, because really no reading is time specific, especially from me, because we're all in different stages of our awakening or our journey. And if you find this at another time, like later on after this week, then, and it still resonates with you, then it's a good message for you. I do private readings. I'll leave a link below if you are interested in doing a private reading, either via Zoom, email, or a private link on YouTube. Other than that, I'll see you in the next time I'm on. Thanks for joining. Bye.